Hey Bobcats, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Put your right hand over your heart and ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On this week's show, we have a lot to cover,
including a Festival of the Arts recap and a Performing Arts Center update.
Plus an inside look at our local wonder, the Carlsbad Flower Fields, as well as an update on the Dodgeball tournament happening this week.
A quick announcement on the up-and-coming Genius Project form, and a look into all that went down at JEA last week for the media programs.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Kyle.
And this week's episode of The Sage
starts now.
Last week was pretty eventful for the arts program here on campus.
That's right, Gabe. Last Friday, we had our annual Festival of the Arts event.
For those who didn't have the opportunity to go, Kylie Valenci and Maxwell Davis have you covered with a quick recap on all that happened.
Last Friday was Sage Creek's third annual Festival of the Arts. The 3-hour-long performances by Sage Creek's music, theater, and dance students was hosted by juniors Rose Peterson and Tristan Villeneuve.
I have definitely had a lot of fun. I like seeing everyone's acts and like being a part of watching the entire thing, because last year I watched only parts of it.
And it's fun to just be a part of it too.
Yeah.
It's like, feel special.
From an art exhibition, activity booths, DIYs, sidewalk chalk, bake sale, and a drum circle, Rose and Tristan explain their favorite part of the festival.
Just watching them perform, because they're really good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I like
impressed.
the diversity we have within like our school. Like we have a lot of band students, we have a lot of choir people singing, we have a drum circle, we have a DJ. I really like the bowls. I think the Empty Bowls project
so
is
beautiful.
so genius.
Freshmen Christina Tang, Jesselyn Chen, and Trisha Tong, who ran one of the DIY tables, consider art to be a powerful tool when it comes to expression.
You get to express yourself a lot, even with things that usually can't really say in words, which is really, I think, really cool. And you get to try like a lot of new things, different mediums, so it's pretty cool to experience everything.
If you missed this year's Festival of the Arts, make sure to participate next year because, as Helena Matisse once said, creativity takes courage. This has been Kylie Valenci and Maxwell Davis reporting for The Sage. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks, guys. It was really cool to see all of our local artists. Remember that this is an annual event, so new submissions are accepted every year.
While we are still on the topic of the arts, Sage Creek's new Performing Arts Center is almost done.
Kylie Valenci and Brady Caskey are here with another update on when we'll get to use the stage.
The Performing Arts Center broke ground in January 2017. Since then, hundreds of hours have been spent to make the 15,000 square foot addition to Sage Creek. As the project winds down, Brady and I met with Gary Minch, the construction superintendent, to bring you the PAC by the numbers.
We removed from the project 6,000 cubic yards of dirt. We also have installed 68,000 CMU blocks to build the building. We put over 1,000 cubic yards of concrete in the footings to hold this massive structure up. We also have over 1 million lineal feet of wiring in the building to operate all the lighting and AV equipment. There's a couple electrical panels on the 3rd floor that have probably 100,000 wires in them. The wires run all the way from the back of the stage to the 3rd floor. There is 343 seats installed at this time. There's approximately 150 steps that we added to the campus, 8 flat screens in the building.
Construction is on track to end mid-May. We'll see you next time with the final product. This has been Kylie Valenci and Brady Caskey reporting for The Sage. Now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Brady and Kylie.
Bobbies, make sure to give the construction workers a big thank you.
Now, let's transition over to Tyler Overby with this week's sports and announcements.
Boys volleyball swept Fallbrook twice over the past 2 weeks. Great job, guys. Coming up, men's lacrosse faces off against Fallbrook today at home. Baseball has a game against SDA tomorrow. Girls lacrosse and boys tennis face off at Carlsbad next week. Don't forget to stop by the field this afternoon to support Sage Creek's own track and field team against Torrey Pines from 3 to 6 p.m. And now for our announcements. Seniors, there are only 3 weeks left to purchase your grad night ticket. It's your last chance to take part in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to board a hornblower cruise with your senior classmates. You can view details for purchasing a ticket at sagecreekhs.carlsbadusd.net/gradnight. Today, from 3 to 4 p.m., an LGBTQ+ terminology seminar will be held in the cafeteria. Next Wednesday, after school, there will be a medical career fair with food and representatives. If you are interested, make sure to RSVP on PTSA's homepage. Sage Creek's journalism and yearbook programs, myself included, traveled to San Francisco last week for the JEA convention. Almost 5,000 students from across the country attended the event. Students had the opportunity to visit professional news organizations in the city, attend a few hundred sessions that were offered, get their publications critiqued, and compete in journalistic competitions. I was so glad to be able to bond with my journalism peers in my favorite city in the world. Lastly, the Sage Creek robotics team left yesterday for Worlds, a national robotics competition in Houston, Texas. Go Bobcats! This has been Tyler Overby reporting for the Sage. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks, Tyler. We want to wish good luck to Dr. Mosey and the crew in Texas. Go get them.
Okay guys, if you haven't heard, this week is the annual Dodgeball Tournament. Head to the gym every day during lunch to watch Dodgeball. Not the movie, the actual game.
And on Friday, the winning student team gets to take on the teacher team and defend last year's title.
That's right, Kyle. For more info, you can visit thesagenews.com and look under the sports tab.
Don't forget to support your student athletes this spring season.
Speaking of spring, the flower fields are currently in season.
We sent staff reporters Makoa Bryson and Amanda Klein to get an inside look on all that grows to make the flower fields possible.
Flower fields have been brighting in Carlsbad since the early 1920s. Located off of Paseo del Norte, these flowers are the result of 100 years of floral cultivation. Fred Clark is currently the general manager of the fields, and he gives us inside information on the work that goes on behind the scenes.
Well, I started working here because I worked with the Ecke family, the owners of the property, growing poinsettias many years ago. And when the opportunity opened up, they said, "We've got a job for you." And so I've been here for 12 years now.
There are many perks that Clark enjoys in his line of work, but what he loves most is the impact it has on the community.
My favorite part of the flower fields really is watching how the beauty of the color impacts our guests. So we're harvesting flowers right now, and that harvesting will continue till about Mother's Day. Right after Mother's Day, we stop irrigating and the plants start to die down. We harvest the bulbs with a machine. It takes roughly 6 months from the date of putting the seed in the ground until the crop is done being harvested.
Clark is extremely proud of the beauty he is able to share and loves to show off the hard work that is put into making the flowers bloom.
The flower fields is the 9th wonder of the world. I don't know what the 8th wonder is, but that right behind you is the 9th wonder of the world.
This has been Amanda Klein and Makoa Bryson reporting for The Sage. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks guys, I love flowers.
As do I, Gabe. Well, Bobcats, that's all we have for this week's show.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to download the Sage News app and turn on push notifications to get updates on all that's going on around campus.
And make sure to head over to thesagenews.com for all new stories.
Until next week, Bobcats,